I just want y'all to see. I thought I needed to share that with you. And so he says, in the 7th verse, it says, for we have great joy, it's Paul now, we have great joy and consolation in thy love, in your love, because the vows of the saints are refreshed by thee, brother. Look at Paul. Now remember, Paul is building up a resume here. Paul is going somewhere. I don't know where y'all following me or not, but Paul is going somewhere. Paul ain't just talking. Paul is saying right here, he is saying, he said, we have great joy. Now the great joy is talking about those who are with him, but it also talking about it's a we and you. And you know each one of y'all got a we. That's more in you than just the one thing. That's something that makes up you. It's a we of, love, forgiveness, all. Are y'all following? There's a we-ness in you. So all the different members in you, Paul is saying within himself that he rejoiced. He said, I have great joy and encouragement. So sometimes what Paul says, that consolation is talking about encouragement. In thy love. Paul is saying, I'm in prison. Y'all listen to me now. Yeah. Paul is saying, I'm in prison, but when I hear of how you treat other saints and how you love the Lord, it encourages me. You see, pastors every now and then, apostle, pastor, what, preachers, deacons, whatever, sometimes they need to know that their flock is growing. Amen. If they encourage to say, I love to see Jerry driving van and not drunk like he used to be. Now, y'all listen to me. I was out there when he was out there. Amen. And look at him now driving sober. Are y'all following me? It's encouraging. Frank, you didn't wait. Come on, y'all feel me. Right. Amen. This is what I'm trying to get. So Paul is saying, yeah, I'm in prison. But by looking at you, you encourage me that I can do it. Yes. Frank is talking about reaching out and grabbing somebody's foot. Because he said, well, if I have help, I don't want to call nobody name, but if I help so-and-so, and I look and see they still there, and here I'm the one that helped them. Right. And here I am down here. I need to grab back on that person's foot and get back up on my stand. Are y'all following? So Paul is saying, I think the word solid means encouraged. I'm being encouraged, and I'm being encouraged by your actions. I can see the growth in you. Okay? He says, because the vows of thy saints have been refreshed. So what encourages Paul is the action. Now what Paul is saying is that the vows of the vows is talking about his heart, the inner parts of him. And he says he's being encouraged. His heart is being encouraged because as he looks at preliminary is that he see the action, and he is encouraged because the action of this fellow have refreshing the other saints. In other words, by the way that this man is doing, it refreshes other saints. In other words, I see the growth in some people, and in the growth in some people has spread it over and encouraged other people who are feeling down. Are y'all following it? And this gives the pastor a rejoicing feeling because the members of those who have encouraged, have lifted up others. Are y'all following me? It's refreshing to see. Let me get to this. It's refreshing to look at my two sons and see that they have helped others in their spirit. So it refreshes me to see that they have refreshing others to come in or lift their spirit. Are y'all following what I'm trying to get across? Okay. So it says here that verse 7. Yeah, verse 7. But look what he said. He said the vows in these saints are refreshed. In other words, other people have been refreshing, and guess how they've been refreshed? They've been refreshed by you, and he called them brother. And I hit it right on the top of the head. See, brother. You the same with me. Me and you, Paul said. Me and you, we're the same trait. And he calls him brother. You have encouraged. So Paul had encouraged people. So this made him be also encouraged people because they are both working on the same boat. So Paul calls them brother. Are y'all with me? Yes, okay. Now let's move on. It says, wherefore, though I might be much bold in Christ to enjoy thee, that which is convenient. So Paul said, okay, now watch Paul. Watch it, y'all. Y'all watch how Paul writes this letter here. He said, wherefore, though I might be bold in Christ to enjoin thee. What Paul is saying that this word here said, wherefore, though, Paul is saying, even though I have the power, I have the authority to demand you. See, Paul being an apostle, he has authority by Jesus Christ, see, to demand this man, because this man is a Christian. At this time, he's the apostle, which Paul is, since he had saw Jesus Christ on the road to Damascus. That gave him the authority to demand another Christian. In other words, that's just like well, I guess you have it. Let me say, well, y'all ain't gonna pay me no mind, but say like T.D. Jakes, for instance. T.D. Jakes, they will recognize T.D. Jakes. His members probably will pay attention to T.D. Jakes. And T.D. Jakes said, look, I want you to drive the van today. Well, you say, oh man, I don't get it. You're gonna do it because of T.D. Jakes. That's the power. But this is what Paul is saying. I got the authority because of my position. I am ordained by God. I got the authority because I saw God. That gives me the power to demand you. Now watch where he's going. To demand you to do what I'm getting ready to ask. Watch it now. Which is convenient. In other words, I can demand, Paul said, I got the power to demand you to do what you're supposed to do. Are y'all following me? In other words, let's put it this way here. Let's go back to Jerry. Me being pastor, Jerry should have enough respect for me that I can demand him to get in the van and go get somebody. We don't do it that way. I'm trying to get the point across. This is what Paul is saying. I have that power. I have that authority to demand you to do what's right. Now, y'all got me? Okay. Now, listen, y'all. Don't run ahead of me. Yet, see that comma? I got that authority. Yet, for love's sake, I'd rather beseech thee. Because I got that authority, Jerry, to demand. But that ain't the way I want to work this thing. I don't want to work it by demanding you. I want to work it by love. There's a difference in giving a command. And look, okay, Paul said, I'd rather, for love's sake, I'd rather beg you. Paul said, I'd rather beg you than demand you, seeing such as one as Paul the aged, being old, and now also a prisoner of Jesus Christ. Paul said, I'd rather beg you through love, not demand. And what you need to see is that I'm old. See, been fighting this thing for a long time. And because I've been fighting for a long time, another thing you need to consider is the fact that I'm in prison for the things. I'm not in prison because of what I've done bad. I'm in prison for the faith that me and you brothers is in. Amen. Are y'all following? The reason I'm in jail is because me and you got the same faith, brother. So I'm not demanding you. I'm working through love. Rather than demand you, I'd rather beg you to do it for love. Me being old, ain't able to do things I used to do as much, and because of his prison. Now, 10th verse says, I beseech, that means I beg again, thee for my son, okay, whom I have begot in my bones. All right, now what Paul is saying, now I beg you, this 10th verse, to remember, now Paul in prison, he said he was old, he said he wanted him to remember that, and he said, and this is why I've been begging you, for my son, all right? Now, Paul's son does not mean Paul was a boy. Y'all stay with me, get this story. Paul said, I'll beg you for my son, Otis, or whatever his name is, I begot him in my bones. Paul said, while I'm in prison, it's when I begot me born. Let me put it this way so you all understand. The Lord is a minister. She's a son of mine. Oh, she's a woman, she's a son. You know what I'm saying? It never has anything to do with female. It has to do with sitting under this teaching, and she's become a minister under this teaching, meaning that she's the image of faith tabernacle.